Hello and welcome back to First Impressions. Excuse me, you're blocking me. Yeah, you are. Can you move your finger please? I know this might seem very funny to you, but I actually need to do the introduction, so chop chop. Come on. So you're not gonna move it, huh? Alright then. Hey, you asked for it. Anyway, welcome to First Impressions, the series where I talk about new and not so new games, and in this case, a game that isn't even out yet. I'm talking about Cult of the Lamb. This is a roguelike developed by Massive Monster and published by Devolver Digital, who also made Enter the Gungeon, one of my most played roguelikes this year. So that should give you an idea about how good this game is gonna be. Now, as I said before, this game is not out yet, and just as a disclaimer, I recorded this game twice. Once with better quality but more lag, and then with a quality a bit worse and less lag. And I'll be using both, so yeah, with that out of the way, let's talk about this game. Now, this is a game where you play as a small lamb, the last of its kind mind you, about to be sacrificed by bishops. But after you get quote-unquote killed, you are sent to some infraworld, where a being called the One Who Waits offers you to give you your life back, with some powers included, in exchange of one simple favor: starting a cult in his name. So after this, the game starts for real, and we can see that unlike other roguelikes I've spoken about, this one doesn't really have a gun. It's more of a beat-em-up combat style game. You get granted a sword and the ability to dodge, which are gonna be pretty much the core abilities you'll need for this game. Then we meet an ally named Ratau, who is not only going to help us in our quest gaining followers for our cult, but also making sure we can give them jobs and also feed them. More on that later. As we keep progressing through the dungeon we're in, we stumble across some bishops that are about to sacrifice another creature to the gods. And of course, we fight them, and once they're dead, we save the creature and make it join our cult. Now, I had to play this demo twice in order to see how much of it was randomized, which is also why you'll be seeing two different sources. And as expected, after the intro the dungeon gets randomized and also the creature that you saved during this very part. For instance, the first time I played this, I saved a hedgehog, and the second time I got a zebra. So that's interesting. Once you defeated all the enemies in this part, we return to the cult, and in there, we'll properly turn the creature that we saved into our follower, giving them a custom name, color, and even a variant, which is pretty neat. Now, I mentioned before how these followers needed jobs and food. So basically, Ratau tells us that the followers we gather along the way can help us gather resources, which right now are limited to just lumbers and stones, although I assume you might be able to collect more in the final game. He also tells us that these items will help us craft things that will make our followers stay more comfortable. More specifically, a cooking fire, so we can prepare meals for them. But it's not just about getting the items to build a cooking fire, but also gathering ingredients to prepare the meal, which in this case are just berries. And I don't know about you, but I personally wouldn't like for my only meal to be just cooked berries. But hey, I guess if you agree to be in a cult, you might as well even eat a worm. Either way, it's cool to see a roguelike take an approach on having followers that you can give jobs and feed when you're not in battle, as part of the whole experience. It's just cool to see a roguelike do something unique and not just be a carbon copy of a more popular game in the genre. Anyway, now Ratau tells us that we need to free the One Who Waits, who has been trapped by the bishops of the All Faith, and that there's 4 guards that we must defeat in order to free him. This is where we start our journey through the randomized dungeons that will no doubt be the main thing about this game when it comes out. And now our goal is to kill Amdosias, which I assume is one of the 4 guards keeping the One Who Waits captive. As soon as you arrive here, you are greeted by 2 gifts that come in the form of weapons to help you get through the forest dungeon. We are also taught about Fervor, which is anger earned by killing enemies and that will essentially unleash a curse upon them, one that comes in the form of a special attack that will need recharging. You'll also realize that this is where you actually have a health bar in the form of 3 hearts, unlike the introduction where you had infinite health, which was understandable since you were just getting started. But now, you're no longer a baby in the tutorial. You're a grown man in the actual game, with a bunch of cute animals in it. Another thing is that here's where you meet Glonic, a creature who helps you by making you choose between 2 cars that will help you in your journey, which could come in the form of extra health or more chances to deal critical damage to enemies, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, halfway through our journey we meet Leshy, but we don't get to fight him yet. He just talks to us about how he's stronger than us and we should run if we don't want to be killed. You know, the usual bad guy cliche talk BS. Sadly though, I didn't manage to make it to Amdosias or Leshy, whoever the boss in this forest dungeon is, because no matter how hard I gamed, I still got owned by the enemies. Could have been the lag, or could have been just me being an idiot. It's not like when you die you can respawn at the start of the dungeon and try again. When you die, the demo actually ends, and you need to do everything again from scratch in order to get another chance at this forest dungeon. I think I'd rather just wait until the full game comes out, which is gonna be August 11 by the way. But yeah, overall I think this is yet another cool concept for a roguelike, and one that I hope I can get around to when it's finally released. I especially like the fact that you can have followers do stuff for you while you're out there fighting enemies and bosses. And I hope that they can also join you in battle eventually. It would be really helpful to have some sidekicks around. And also the fact that this game uses 2D in a 3D engine is a cool idea. Of course it's gonna be more demanding than your usual 2D roguelike, but nonetheless it's a nice change of view from the usual top-down or even the symmetrical side-scrolling one. I'm honestly excited for this game to come out, and I will definitely play it. I guess it's fair to say that at this point, roguelikes are my shit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'm trying to get more consistent at this whole making content thing, and I hope that you enjoy the content I make. Also, be prepared because at the end of the month, I will be making a very special announcement. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Again, I appreciate you. Bye. Hey, thanks a lot for watching this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. This motivates me to continue doing this type of content. Believe me, it does take effort, so support is greatly appreciated. I also stream on my Twitch channel, usually on the weekends, but I will tend to stream after a new video is up as well, so chances are I might be live there right now, so feel free to go and say hi. And finally, don't forget to join my Discord server. We have a small but cool community, and it's also a good place to hang out. So come join us. With that said, thank you and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.